But Lee Sin, I think, has definitely worn out his welcome, right? He's exactly the sort of champion that's like in the meta all the damn time that I think people are just really sick of playing against. Only Lee Sin players like playing Lee Sin. There's nobody who's like, man, I really love playing against Lee Sin. The only people who like playing against Lee Sin are the people who play decks that counter Lee Sin. Scarzig wants Lee rotated out. I don't know, bruh. What is this Xerath Malphite? Why are you not playing Thresh in this deck? Oh, it's not a zombie deck. It's not zombie Ash. It's Den Mother control. Zombie Ash is a different build with like harrowing and stuff. This is... my opponent is definitely on some sauce right now. The thing is that I used to think I had a pretty high tolerance for nonsense, but at the end of the day, I think it's just because I play too much. Or, like, I spend too much time, like, thinking about the game. And also, it's a little bit rough, too, when you stream. Because you can get really, really tilted and having to have the discipline to not, like, melt down on stream is just super annoying. Yeah, Red Gwen, like, anything that's tier 1 eventually just becomes incredibly tedious after a while. Rockhopper's, like, the best card in the damn game. I'm gonna pass. Honestly, I kind of was wondering if Lee Sin would ever... What was I gonna say? I was, like, Lee Sin, when he first came out, remember when he was a 6-drop? And he was just, like, this really slow, really sluggish control tool. And I thought that he would kind of be like Vi, because I've lost games where my opponent just plays Lee Sin on curve, right? My opponent will just play Lee Sin on curve, and then it just continuously challenges with barrier to, like, eat your board, and you'll eventually die.
Bring me the call of an ice-shrouded world.
I'm saving Quietus for Xerath. I think that we're just going to trade on board against most everything that they have right now. Traveler could pick up Meteor Shower, which would be very sad for me. I would not appreciate that at all. Lee Sin Fizz was kind of playable at the start of the last patch, like pre-Kane release. The deck is elusive cheese, though, so pick your Lee Poison. Actually, I should let this Ash die and then use Ash's Flash Freeze to just play a fresh Ash, I think. Shaman. The Roiling Sands and everything, like giving them all these trades is definitely rough. I think I do want to protect this Rime Tusk Shaman, though. If I don't play Ash this turn, it's probably fine. Just Vengeance here. Or maybe Harsh Winds, actually. Harsh Winds is way better.
Avarosa, guide me.
The Flash Freeze is a copy of Ash, so I'm going to try to hold on to it. And if I can keep this Rime Tusk Shaman alive, it makes my Frozen in Fear utterly ridiculous. Ground Slam! No! Okay, that's fine. Rip Ash. This is a deck. So, is it better to set up Rime Tusk Shaman before they Roiling Sands, or is it better to play Ash? Let me think. It's better for me to get the second Rime Tusk Shaman down, because it locks down their board automatically. I remember trying to make Rhyme Tusk Noxcria Arena work. It honestly could work maybe in the current meta game. The game was very, very slow for a long time. Yep, there's the Roiling Sands. So mission accomplished. Just gonna pass. Frozen in Fear is actually a great way to Oh, that's right, he stunned something. This is literally the first time I've seen Malphite we played since they gave him this buff where he has the rock slide ability. Oops. So I'm just gonna Frozen in Fear. There are some cards that I like that don't want to be good, like Malphite. Yeah. So they don't have Rite of Negation anymore. So I could just Vengeance the Malphite. They actually don't have any threat, so I can just play Ash here.
All the world on one arrow.
Quietus? Oh yeah, you're right, Quietus. Thank you for reminding me that Quietus exists, Alex. I'm literally just out here chilling. Be gone, Malphite. What do you think they run? Nope. Harsh. No thonking in chat. Don't thonk at me.
Send chills up my spine.
We silence the mountain. Alright, so then we attack. Now this is how you make your opponent's board not be able to interact with you. My opponent is like, aha, you can't block because I stunned your board. And I'm just like, aha, you can't block because Ash. There was like a screenshot that Rubenzu posted where like Vengeance was 5 mana or something because the devs weren't they didn't like, and I remember when Vengeance was printed, everybody thought it was bad. Like there's no way this card is playable, but we didn't properly appreciate spell mana, right? Time Bomb Printer. This is actually going to be a little bit rough on me. We can just set up Rhyme Tusk Shaman. We'll keep Tavern Keeper. This is a very heavy keep, but I'm gonna chill. I know for a fact that Time Bomb Printer is slow as all get out, and we have Quietus Resilient. Let's go. The difference between a 6-mana spell and a 6-mana unit is insane because of spell mana. Yeah, I know. We played with... The thing is we had Vengeance at 7 mana for a very long time. The reason that Vengeance got buffed was you remember it was a thing on Twitter and on Reddit, like, oh, removal's so bad in this game. You know what I mean? Like, all the removals overcosted, and it was super easy, especially in the Faded era with, like, Pantheon and stuff. It was incredibly easy to make a threat for like 3 mana, right? You know what I mean? It was super easy to make a game-ending threat for 3 mana. And like removal still that's what I mean. Like eventually you're just gonna creep up the removal to where you know, mid-range decks just can't see any play ever for the rest of time. Because buffing removal doesn't help versus aggro, it only helps versus mid-range. And the reason that removal was bad wasn't because it was too expensive. That's part of the reason. But the big reason was that we literally went through a meta where playing with Spell Shield and Rite of Negation and Ancient Hourglass just countered everything. Removal's also bad because of Noxian Fervor. When's the last time Lifesteal was relevant when it wasn't on like a Sparkle Fly or something? Buff removal so Timelines gets better matchups. I'm hella down. Oh, yeah, I imagine. Playing the Ash here isn't that big a deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Rhyme Tusk Shaman. And the reason I'm playing Rhyme Tusk Shaman is because we just want this to keep ticking. to boost up the Den Mother. Yeah, I know, run one Scar Grounds just to bully this specific deck. The Time Bombs, the Hexite Crystal does become a little bit iffy. Yeah, the Felines are rough, to say the very least. If I'm my opponent, I probably don't want to attack. Oh. So that means they have another Time Bomb, right?
Bar the doors. Let's talk about your dad.
Yeah, we'll take a little bit of damage. Buff Grasp. I faced Mogwai. He got a 6-6 Lifesteal Fearsome on turn 3. I ground him out with Glimpses and Hate Spikes. He got 0 Lifesteal the whole game. That's what I mean. Lifesteal hasn't been relevant in, like, how long? How does this deck beat aggro? You just have to mulligan for your early game. Be smart with your Troll Chance and stuff. We're running triple Tavern Keeper. It's not designed to beat, like, hard aggro, to be honest. I'm gonna pass. What I'm trying to do is wait for him to play second Time Bomb and then Quietus the Zillion to deny the level up, is my strat. My opponent getting Hexite Crystals off of these Felines is a very, very, very dangerous prospect for me, however. We had the same talk about deny it 3 mana uptrading to stuff like Avalanche. By your logic, deny it 3 mana is fine. The thing was that deny it 3 mana allowed you to get ahead, play on curve, and just have that 3 mana floated. It didn't disrupt your curve enough. You didn't have to underplay to keep maintaining that threat. And 3 mana deny was also in the time of, like, elusive spam, where Avalanche was, like, one of the only ways to deal with it. So they had a way to beat their own counter. With that didn't really require them to give up too much, like, priority or tempo, right? So that was, like, the big thing. Ash is about to level up, so I'm just going to do Iceveil Archer, Kindly Tavern Keeper. Mystic Shot. They also had Will of Ionia, that is true.
As the arrow flies. Avarosa, guide me.
Vengeance kind of needed a buff just to keep up with the meta, is basically the long and short of it. We're going to heal the Rime Tusk Shaman again. We just need this to keep ticking up over and over and over again to boost Den Mother. High cost unit quality never improved. It was mostly Viego and Faded, stuff like that. It wasn't necessarily that expensive stuff was a problem. It was that you could play mid-game stuff that scaled really, really well to become a game-ending threat that Vengeance had to answer.
This is my time.
So Time Bomb is going to go off, so we get to trade with Iceveil Archer.
If it's a fight they want, I've got meat bigger than you.
And we block there. If we block like this, we die to Time Bomb, so we can take a little bit of damage to get a trade like this instead. Very, very, very spooky indeed. I could do Enchanter Crystal Arrow into Den Mother this turn to just go for an open attack. Forces him to have, like, Quicksand or something. That's +2 on the Den Mother, which really doesn't seem worth it if I'm being honest. And it's maybe better than nothing. I guess it just depends on if they've been naturally drawing the Hexite Crystal. Yeah, good point, Mafia Plot. By doing it on the Imperfectionist, we get the other Frostbites anyway. Yeah, you're right. So it's +3. It's a little bit worth. Bit more worth. The fact that you can give things like Viego Overall makes removal have so much cut out for it, because it's not a recall or a kill. You can't hope to deal enough damage to be balanced. By high cost unit, I mean like 7 or more. Even 6s are pretty bad these days. Yeah. I remember back when, you know, scouts would run 3 Cytherea the Bold and 2 Genevieve, and now they run like 2 Genevieve. Like, it slowly gets cut down. And so now with Harsh Winds open, they literally need to have like double Hexite Crystal here to survive.